Right. Right, let's do this run, see how it goes. With the GoPro. Interesting to see how it works out. We'll go down here. This car's coming. Right, just do a warm up first as we go through. Here come. Right, so I'm hoping to do somewhere in the region of 20k. But it all really depends on how my legs are. Once I get going, I'll know a bit better. Well, I usually do a couple of k at sort of really easy pace, which for me is around about 5-minute k's. Let my legs warm up. And then we'll see how things are. Yeah, see how things are. I'll have a better idea of where I am then. I don't know if the camera's showing too far high or too far low. I'll have to try and have a quick look. It's hard to tell just looking at it. I'll just go and just find out. It might be a bit showing up a bit too much. I don't know, maybe that's better than having it pointing right at the ground though. Have a look when I get back. Right, where are we? There's the 1k down anyway. I feel like I've sped up already. Just like to take it easy up to where I turn off on a road called Foxwood Lane. It's a bit downhill and then I'm usually kind of warmed up by then. But anyway, the plan today isn't to go flat out. It's more to just get a 20k run in with the Action 5 on and just see what the footage is like when I get back. But I know what I'm like, so I'll probably end up picking it up as the distance goes. Usually by the time I'm at about 5-6k, I'm up to 420 per k. The other thing I'm interested in is how well these DJI Mic Mini works in a running environment. Tried it walking, I think it was yesterday, and it worked extremely well. I'm very pleased with the audio quality. So we'll see what it's like. It's not too windy today. There's a tiny breeze, so it's not a massive test. But I'm kind of wearing the GoPro on a chest mount with a kind of running backpack over the top of it, just to keep it in place and not bouncing around too much. I mean, it is going to be bouncing around a lot, I can see it. There's a lot of movement, but I'm hoping when I get on the Gyroflow and process it through there, I can take most of that out. So it should be reasonably stable with a bit of luck. But yeah, I've got one of the DJI Mic Mini microphones attached to the back of my hat. So hopefully my head's gonna get in the way of any wind, or headwind anyway, for that. And then I've got the other one just attached to the chest mount itself. So the GoPro's sort of like attached to the plastic bit on the front, clipped in there. Well, it's not a GoPro, it's DJI Action 5, but it's attached, clipped in on that plastic bit. And then I've got the Mic Mini just clipped onto that plastic bit behind it. So hopefully the action cam might act as a bit of a wind guard as well. We'll see how it goes anyway. So I'm just coming to Foxwood Lane, and my watch says I'm already doing 405 per k, and I think that's right. It's maybe not locked onto the GPS properly yet. I don't feel like I'm going that pace. I'd say it feels like maybe 430, 440. It feels quite comfy anyway. That was one thing I wasn't sure about, whether it'd feel a bit restrictive, and I can definitely feel it. It's a little bit tight on my chest, but I don't think it's affecting my breathing. Certainly not at this pace anyway. I just hope it's not pointing up in the air too much or down at the floor. It's hard to judge just looking down at it. Can't tell. We'll see when we get back, won't we? It is actually recording though. Yeah, we're recording, that's the main thing. Right, so this is the cut through road from Foxwood to Woodthorpe. I think it's called Bellhouse Way, maybe? Don't know. I think it is. So we've got probably another 3 or 4k of road pavement, and then we'll head through a place called Cotmanthorpe, and then we'll cross the railway lines, and from there there's quite a lot of countryside. And then with a bit of luck I'll be, hopefully, cross fingers, my legs are alright, but we'll be running all the way back along the river, which is nice. Absolutely beautiful at this time of year, actually. I love it. I love it when I can start getting back on the sort of river runs again. In winter, it's very much a case of street running. Although sometimes on a weekend, when you've got a bit, it's not, obviously it's too dark after work, but on a weekend you get some really cold days where the ground's frozen and you can get down the river without it all being boggy and stuff. And what pace am I doing? 4:20. It's fair. That's what it feels like. I think my watch is probably clicked in now. Well, my legs are feeling pretty good. I mean, they're always a little bit achy, but nothing major. I mean, I know 20k isn't a huge distance for some people, but also it is a big distance for others. For me, it's it feels just about right for a run that I can do every other day. So I'll just generally go and do 20k. Well, sometimes a bit more, sometimes a bit less. It does depend on my legs, but generally it's probably around 20, about a half marathon. And my legs are able to recover from that in time for the same again 2 days later. And I know some people, or a lot of people, prefer to do a long run tempo, speed work, hill reps and all that kind of stuff. But I just enjoy going out for like an hour and a half to 2 hours. I mean, if I could regularly do more than that, I would. But I just don't think my legs can take that, really. I have in the past, but I'm getting a bit older now. 50 and a half. But yeah, back in like when COVID happened, I was doing like 30k a day. Not every day, obviously, but I did do it consecutive. I mean, there was a couple of weeks where I think I hit like about 160 to 180k, which was just unbelievable, really. But obviously we had nothing better to do, did we? So I was just going out for really long, and to be fair, I was running a lot slower as well. I was just doing them at like 5 minute per kilometre pace, as I say, just because there was nothing else to do, was there? I don't know if I was any fitter though doing that than I feel now. Doing less distance, but a bit quicker. I actually really enjoy though this sort of, I call it like slow tempo, I suppose. Or fast easy. It's kind of that spot in between where I don't feel like I'm at a tempo pace. But I'm also not at a really easy pace. So I don't know what you call that. It might sound like I'm struggling more than I am, I don't know. I don't know how the mic picks up your breathing. But this feels easy. My heart rate is 130, and that can't be right. My watch is saying I'm doing 350 per k pace. I actually think it's not right. It never seems to be right down this section. It always seems to be showing faster than I feel like I'm going. But I don't know, maybe I am going that pace, in which case I really do need to slow down a little bit. Right. Up over the railway lines. main line from London to Edinburgh. To the right, I think to London. To the left, Edinburgh. Yeah, I'm definitely just into my groove now. Legs feel fine. We'll go through Tesco's. Nice. Right, here we go. Okay, so Tadcaster Road. Old Roman Road, this goes all the way into York, the other way behind us. Micklegate Bar, about maybe 2 or 3k that way, in New York City Centre, which I will be probably in about an hour. In fact, we'll be going up Micklegate back onto this road. Right, so just a little drag down here to Cottenham Thorpe, which is just outside York. What are we up to? 6:66, great. What a time to look at my watch. 6:66, oh dear. Well, we're 6:71 now, that's alright. But yeah, this little drag up to Copman Thorpe. I'm just going at about 4:20 pace. If this works any good today, I'd like to do the Yorkshire Marathon. Right, here we are going under the A64. It's basically is the road from the A1 all the way to Scarborough. It's the York bypass basically. Well, yeah, about 40 miles to the left, and you're in Scarborough. Lovely little place. Oh, there's a duck. Oh, we'll go this way and see if we can say hello to them. They've probably gone by the time we get there. Oh God, just crossing the road there in front of that car. There they are. Hello. Oh, just crossed over the road, very close to getting hit by a car. I'd like to think the driver would have spotted them and stopped. Right, so we get up here and then we turn left into Copman Thorpe, and then you won't have the sun in our face then. Hopefully get some better colours. Copman Thorpe, hello. a bit of a hill here. What are we doing? 4:30, just under 8k. That seems to have flown by, really. It's a nice evening though. I don't know if you can actually hear any on the mics, but there's hardly any breeze really. Not compared to how it has been anyway the last couple of weeks. It's very, very windy. Not that much fun to run in when you're running into it anyway. And then when you're running with it, you get a bit of a kind of wrong idea about your fitness level. Caught myself doing 3:20 pace, dead easy, a few times, and forgot I had like a gale force wind behind me. I was like, wow, hardly breathing and motoring along. Right, so just a little bit around here, and then we hit the railway line again. Not the same one we just crossed though. I think this is I think it's still a London line actually, but it goes through Doncaster. Or maybe it just is the London line. The other one goes to Leeds, I think, I'm not sure. They might both go to London. I suppose ultimately they both go to London, don't they? Right. Sunny Cottonthorpe. Looking very nice. Actually feels like spring. We'll be on 13th of April. Oh, I can't wait till we get more days of this and winter's out of the way for a while. Right, so we go down here. It's the next left turn in. Oh, we're doing 3:55. My easy paces, I suppose that's a hill though. That is a hill. But just in general, I think my easy pace has improved a lot over the past 2 or 3 months. Here we are then, back at the railway. Looks like it's a green light as well for us. Unless it changes at the last second, which hopefully it won't. So yep, still green. A little bit of countryside then. So this little trail here just connects between Cottenham-Thorpe and Bishopthorpe. And then when we get to Bishopthorpe, I'll make a decision about whether I'm going the longer way or the shorter way. I think how I feel right now, I'll probably end up going the long one. I've definitely felt worse here than there's a train. So they come quite quick actually. I was on green. I suppose I've got all the way down here. It's hardly close to hitting me, is it? Oh shit, a bit of mud there, nearly slipped. Sometimes see some of the runners along this bit, but looks like it might just be me today. That 10k, just hit 10k. How quick was that? Not that I'm bothered late, but just interested. 44 minutes, wow. Well, I don't want to tempt fate, but as long as nothing serious happens to me, in terms of, I don't want to say it, but if not, which it shouldn't do, I've just tempted myself now, but I'll be going a long way, yeah. My legs feel good for it, I feel good for it, and I might even end up doing a long way, but I won't know that until I get all the way back to York and the Millennium Bridge. So I'll go all the way down the river into York, and then when I hit the Millennium Bridge I'll cross over it, and then I'll either go left into York, which is the short way, and loop back to where I started, or I'll go to the right and back out the other side of the river, and then loop out onto the main road back into York again. I think it's maybe like an extra 4k, but I think if I do that, it takes the whole run to about 28. We'll see. I'll know when I get there if I fancy it or not, that's for sure. Here we are then in Bishop Thorpe, which we're not going to stay in for too long. Just pretty much run around the edge of it for a short time. And we hook up with the York to Selby cycle path. Just around this bend. So yeah, this is York to Selby. Selby obviously in the direction we're going. I think it's I don't know quite how far, probably about 20k I think, maybe 15. but we're not staying on it for long. We'll be looping round and back under it in a bit late, but we're going to go up here first to a Aircaster. I think that's what it's called. Thanks. A bit more countryside. It's almost all countryside now. Tiny little bit of road and through a sort of caravan park, and then we join the river, and then there's another tiny bit of road which just sort of goes around the edge of Bishop Thorpe again, and then we hit the river again, all the way pretty much down to the Millennium Bridge. Well, all the way to the Millennium Bridge actually. What we're doing, 4:15, heart rate 132. That's nice. I sometimes get a bit carried away down this bit, so I just need to ease off a little bit. Some dogs. Thanks. Hey. Another gate. Right, that's this section, and we hit just that little bit of road I was on about. I forgot actually, it's Manchester United against Leeds tonight as well. Should be back in time to grab a quick shower and head off to watch that. think this run might take me up to about 6:45, 7 o'clock maybe. I think it was about 5:15 when I set off. Yeah, so with a bit of luck, jump in the shower. I've got a bus stop right outside my house, which goes pretty much directly to the sports bar I like to go in. So yeah, I'll get back and hopefully there'll be a bus pretty quick. I'll go and watch that. Through this little section, and we just hit this road. It's just like a little S-bend really. No cars. Nice little campsite. If you fancy coming camping. Castor Malbis, I think it is. I'll try and get the name on the way out. And there's a nice pub just probably 50 metres down the road as well. And a boating club just a little bit down the river the way that we're going. You'll see it on the way. I'll go through it. It's a bit of a walk I suppose, but it's not too far on a nice sunny day. What's it called? Poplar Farm caravan site. And if you fancy visiting, coming to York, you're looking for somewhere to stay, maybe give it a go. It always seems pretty peaceful when I've run through there, and I do run through quite regular. Right, well, at least we've got the sun behind us now. Just means that you'll have to put up with my shadow now instead. But at least all the colours and stuff are going to look nicer. If this video is even watchable at all, it may not be in any way watchable. I might have the camera completely in the wrong angle, in which case you won't be watching it because I won't have posted it. So if you're watching this, then obviously it went pretty well, or at least well enough for me to feel like it was worth uploading it. And to be fair, if you're still watching now after as good as 14 kilometres of running, well done. Because I'm not sure there's that many people who are interested in watching someone running for like an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes. But if anyone is watching at this point, just drop a hi in the comments or something. Quite cool from my perspective anyway. Alright, we're just approaching York Marina. Which you can just see on the other side of the river, hopefully. Right, yeah, so York Marina just over there. There's now it's just pretty much all the way down the river, all the way back to York. Oh dear, I hope I've not just snotted on the camera. Have a look. Well, I can't see anything, so if I have, apologies. I should have brought a little cleaning cloth with me, but I'll learn from this, because ideally this is really just a test run for other runs I want to do over the summer. I'd like to record the whole Yorkshire Marathon if I'm able to get fit enough to enter it again. I'd ideally have a go at sub 3 hour again, which I say every year, and then I'm always somewhere between 10 and 15 minutes short, other than, strangely enough, the first year I did it, it was in 2018, with the worst trainers as well for it. Well, that year I did it in 3:03, so close, but then never been even close to that really since. It's always been around 3:13 to 3:15, 3:16. It's that last 10k, innit? Like everyone says. I just always struggle in that last 10. Even the year when I got the 3:03, I was really struggling in the last 10. But again, weirdly enough, that was the year when I did absolutely no fueling or anything. And it wasn't energy that I was lacking, it was my legs. My legs were just battered. Mostly because I was just, I guess, just wearing really the wrong trainers. They were like probably 5 flats that I should have been running 5k to 10k in, I guess. But back then I didn't really know anything about running. I just went out, went for runs, which is again weird, because obviously the time when I was paying least attention to what I was doing, and I got my best marathon times. Having said that, I was nowhere near on the 5k and 10k times. I think I was around 19 minutes for 5, sorry, and I was still struggling to get under 40 for 10. So now I'm a lot quicker over 5 and 10, like 35, 40 or something I think I got for 10. And my 5 is just outside 16 something, so I think it's about 17:06. My Strava actually says it's 16 something, but I class my park runs as the official PB. And same with the 10k, I'd class if I actually get that time in a race as my PB. Not if Strava says I've done it faster in training or whatever. I don't think I could do a 35 10k now though. I think I could maybe do a 17 something 5. I seem to be able to go at about 3:30 pace, reasonably comfortably for, I think probably for 5k. Whether I could keep that up for 10, I don't know. I'm not really that interested in doing shorter races anyway. I like me longer runs. It's just, I think I probably like doing them a bit quicker than I should. That was maybe what the difference was when I was doing, when I got that 303 marathon. Yeah, as I said earlier, I was probably doing 5-minute Ks for about 30k in training, compared to consistently doing like a half marathon distance at about 1.5 hours. I just find it I could just struggle to maintain a 5 minute per kilometre pace. Although I might have to try in summer, because I think those longer, easier runs are key to being able to deal with the 42k during a marathon. Well, this is the kind of pace I like running at, which I'd say is just, like I said earlier, sort of fast, slow, or slow tempo, or fast, easy. It's in that little zone there. And my heart rate is around about 130. That was the boating club I said earlier anyway. That was, I said it was a couple of K down there. It gets busy in summer, does that. And now we're gonna pop out of here and just skirt around the edge of Bishopthorpe again, on the other side than we were last time. Right, what are we on? Just under 17. Right. I don't like this bit. I find it hard to run on the path. It's got like a camber going right to left, and I've already got what do you call it, on my right foot, where your sort of foot collapses inwards too much, overpronation. Only on my right foot though. I have to stick a little bit of foam on the inside underneath my insole, just to give it a little bit extra on the inside, and that seems to work actually. I used to get terrible calf problems on my right, and I didn't know what it was for years, and it was overpronating. So now I have to be really careful about the type of trainers I buy, and I always do that little trick of I cut up just a little sliver, well not sliver, maybe about that wide, of the inside of another insole. So some Asics insoles I had from years ago, cut about maybe just under an inch all the way down on the left hand side, and then stick that under the insole on the left hand side of my right foot, and it just stops it from overpronating. And fingers crossed, I really don't get the calf problems now. I actually was putting it in both shoes at one point, so I thought, well, if it helps one, it maybe helps the other. But the funny thing is, when I did the same on my left foot, I started getting knee problems. So now my left foot is just normal, and my right foot has that bit of insole in it, and it works a treat. Thanks, thank you. Yeah, it works a treat. And the other weird thing is as well, the trainers that I've found at the moment, which are the best for me, a lot of people probably wouldn't think this, but it's the Adidas Bostons. Boston 13 specifically. Tried the 12s and they weren't very good. And I think the reason being is, I mean, I'm not a scientist or I don't know much about trainers, but they just seem like a bit more firmer on the inside of the heel, and they also have a very slight camber, so they're slightly higher on the inside than they are on the outside. If you look at them from the back, although they're quite a thin heel cup, which in a way I think actually helps because it keeps my foot just in one place, my heel, and then it's got that sort of high inside to low outside camber, just subtle, but it's there. It's firmer than the 12s were as well, underneath that rear inside area. And with my little insole trick, these just work a treat. Plus, I think those energy rods are fantastic. I just don't get any real foot problems at all. And I have had plantar fasciitis must have been about 3 years ago. Can't remember what shoes I was running in to get that. But I think it was the original Nova Blast actually. They completely knackered my foot up because they were so unstable, and they were a place where I actually need the most stability. But I didn't know at the time how much damage they were doing, and then I just couldn't run for ages. I thought I was just knackered. Oh, lovely evening. Right, so this bit here, pretty much from where we came out of that little snicket all the way around this bit of river, I hold the Strava record for it. I think it's like an average 3:25 per kilometre pace. I think it was from about 2021ish, 2022, maybe 20, can't remember. I think it was towards the end of COVID, but yeah, it's one of my favourite places to really open up when I'm in the right frame of mind. Not usually when I've just done 19k, but I've been known to still have plenty in my legs to smash it around here. Not today though. I'm gonna have to start thinking about whether I'm gonna go and do the longer bit, because if I do, it's all the way down here to the bridge and then up the other side of the river along there. I actually go past that bit over there and then not too much further down that way, like, and then up onto the main road and then back into York. So that's if I decide to go the longer way, which I might actually do. It's more whether I just want to get back and get a shower and go and watch the game. Like, am I going to miss the game by doing that? I haven't done the long way for probably about 3 weeks, so I don't know, maybe while I feel good for it, I should maybe just do it. We'll see, I've still got a little bit to make up my mind. We're doing 410, 135 BPM. Quite enjoying this talking to myself today. Oh, when I'm really going fast down here, this bit is hard. This last bit here, when I've just been pegging it all the way around the river, and then I've had to slow down for that style to get over it. My lungs are bursting. I had to slow down, go over that stile, and then gather the determination to just get right back up to max speed again down here. It's only like a couple of 100 metres down here now. I know this whole stretch from that stile must be 400 metres maybe. But yeah, and that always blows my mind as well, because when pegging it down here, I'm maybe getting up to 3 minute per kilometre pace, and then I'm like, God, you've got people like, well, just any pro marathon runner, they're running a whole marathon faster pace than what I'm literally sprint finishing a 3k stretch, which is just insane. It's almost unbelievable how fast they actually go. Right. Right, last stretch up to the bridge. I'll have to decide. I feel like I do want to go the long way. What time is it? That's going to be the deciding factor, I think. 6:49. Oh dear. If I go up there and round, that's probably going to be I think I'm probably just going to have to go back. It's going to be, this is when I was thinking I was going to be back by, but so I reckon we'll just go down the river into York, head home. Hopefully by the time I've got a quick shower and hopefully a bit quick bus, I'll be in town and won't miss too much. Or shall I just do the run and then just get to the pub whatever time I get there? I don't know. I'm running out of time to decide now. What are we on, 20 and a half? Oh, let's just, we'll go home. It's going to be about 23, 24 anyway. So here's the Millennium Bridge. Excuse me. Excuse me. Thanks. So if I was going a longer way, I'd come out of this little bit here, gone up the river behind me all the way out. Like I said, look back onto the road, hoping that I'd have come down and I'd have been back on this bit here anyway. So I've just missed a big loop. That's 21. Here we go. Keep it going.
I'm not too severe.
I think we lost the sun. What are we on? 22, just under. Right, I'm going to use this as a temporary finish line. Just have a little walk until we get up on the bridge, and then we'll run home. Famous King's Arms. Nice night for a drink.
That woman kept going, yeah, but we're homeless, so it's fine.
Beautiful. Let's go and have a look at the other side as well.
We all
Yeah, lovely. Right, what have we done? 1 hour 36, 22, 19k, 421 average. Average 131 BPM, not bad. Right, let's get on so we can get a shower. Right, well, if you have followed me all the way around, which I'll be very surprised if anybody has, but if you have, well, first, thanks. Secondly, you must be mad. But thirdly, remember when I said I was on that Roman road earlier and we'll be joining it again later on, when we've done all the big loop. The one that I said led to Micklegate Bar. Oh, this is Micklegate, and ahead of us is Micklegate Bar, and then just through there is the road that we was on at the far end. Sticklegate bar there. Might as well have a look, can't we? From this side. Have a quick look. Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. Better cross while the green man's on, because I do want to get back. Right. Yeah, so if you follow this road all the way down for about 3k, we'll end up back where we were at when I ran through that Tesco's. But we're not going all the way down there. We're going to turn right in a minute. I think I could have easily gone the longer way, to be honest, if I'd wanted to. My legs feel, I mean, they're just starting to ache a little bit, but I'm sure I could have managed another 4k. Oh, I'll tell you what, it's nice though that it's light now until 7 o'clock here in England. I'll tell you what, winter really does gradually drag me down. And it's not really the cold weather, it's just the absolutely limited amount of daylight we get. I'm very much an outdoorsy person. It just feels like in winter I'm just stuck inside. When I say I'm an outdoors person, I'm a nice weather outdoors person. I'm not a big fan of bad weather. Right, this is it then. Down this hill and we're done. Where the road splits, probably about 300 metres. I'm at 3:30 pace for this final bit. Here we are. Oh, that's it. Stop. Oh my god. $23.99. $23.99. That's not bad. So if we'd have done that extra bit, it'd have been about 28. Let's save it. Right. Average pace 421. Cadence average 186. Yeah, it's about normal. Nice heart rate 131. Bloody hell. An easy 1k and then just pretty much got into 420s. Yeah, and then just stuck around 420 for the most part. Yeah, there we go then, 24k. Awesome. That's it. See you later.